Members and supporters of the Conservative Party of Canada are currently in Calgary for their annual convention, along with dozens of speakers and roundtable discussions. The party is also conducting a leadership review of Pierre Poilievre. Joining us now from the event is former Conservative MP Michelle Ferreri. Michelle, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you so much for having me. I hope the technical aspect is okay. I'm on my phone, so not sure how the audio is, but very happy to join you guys and talk with Nikki.
Well, you sound great. And yeah, you're there at the convention. We want to ask you first about what the energy is like, the tone coming from those who've spoken so far.
The energy is very indescribable for somebody who has never been or has experienced this. You know, it's a real hope and unity. One of the most powerful things humans need is to be with people who understand them, where they feel heard, where they feel validated. And in such a divisive time in politics, to be in a giant room, a BMO stadium, where so many people have shared values and want to change, it is a very, very hopeful, united vibe.
I want to talk a bit about Pierre Poilievre, because a huge focus of this is going to be this upcoming review. And we know he's faced really some challenges along the way, and most notably last year. How much of that is going to play into this leadership review and his future as leader of Canada's Conservative Party?
Well, the vibe with and the view of Pierre is strong. There has been no discussion, to be honest with you, about changing the leadership. Everybody stands behind Pierre. We're very, very hopeful for Pierre. He's an incredible leader. He's driven to change what we have in Canada. And, you know, I think you'll see, like, if you have any of the coverage here, the diversity of the people attending this convention gives you a very big idea of what Pierre Poilievre has been able to accomplish. The youth, the women, the seniors, people who just want Canada to be affordable, safe, sovereign. So that hasn't been on the docket to anyone that I've spoken with in terms of questioning his leadership or challenging it. Very hopeful and united here.
And Pierre Poilievre will also be taking to the stage, delivering remarks. If you had the opportunity to provide advice, what sort of messaging do you think he should give, not only for his party, but a wider Canadian audience? What advice would you give him?
The same advice I've said from day one. There is only one emotion that unites you when you think you can't go on anymore. There's only one emotion that trumps fear, and it's hope. And right now, that's what Canadians need more than anything. I actually have a woman standing to my left right now, and she's the reason I'm here. And she's the reason a lot of Canadians are paying attention to the Conservative platform. And her name is Debbie Henderson. And Debbie's beautiful niece, Bailey McCourt, was murdered by her partner who was out on bail in broad daylight. And the Conservatives put forward a bill called Bailey's Law. And that is the hope that people like Debbie need. That is the hope that Debbie took, because she needs change. She needs to know that we are not going to keep doing the same thing and expecting something different. And I think people want hope, but tied to that hope, they want actual results. There's a difference between saying you're going to do something and actually putting forward legislation to actually change the law that has created the policies of suffering in this country. So I think he's going to be a great uniter, and he always speaks from the heart, which I think is great.
What should Pierre Poilievre adjust or change?
I think the party in general needs to ensure that people are getting our message. So one of the things that I find is, if you are in an area and you're not getting the set message, say you're maybe a boomer and you haven't thought about your grandkids' future, being able to buy a house or groceries, we need to make sure that we are being effective in making sure that people who need to hear our message are getting it. We have so much fragmented messaging in this world today of social media. I think the strategy needs to be clearer that we are a Big Tent party, but we have solutions for everybody. The Liberals have had 11 years to show what they were going to do, and everything has gotten worse. Everything. So I think that has to be a really big focus of how we're going to do that. We effectively did it in the last election, but we need to do it even better because we didn't win. So what can we do to change that?
All right, Michelle Ferreri joining us from Calgary. We thank you for your time today.
Thank you so much.